Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Classic Live Album War. Thanks for coming in this morning during your breakfast hour. Maybe you're just settling in to work, or that's if you're here in the U.S. Okay, if you're over on the west coast of the U.S., you're probably just getting up. Okay, if you're over in the UK or in Europe somewhere, it's probably the end of your day, right? So maybe you're kind of watching this during the dinner hour or after you're settling in from work and settling down for the night, or, you know, perhaps depending on where you are in the world, might be in the middle of the night. You never know. Regardless of where you are, thank you so much for spending some time with us here today. We've got two pretty cool live albums from kind of more of the glam rock scene. We haven't done much in as far as like the glam bands go from the 70s, so we've got two pretty special ones here. The first one is, and these are both UK bands, Mott the Hoople live. Okay, I'm specifically going to talk about the 30th anniversary edition, the double LP set. Both of these that we're going to be talking about today were originally single LP releases. Okay, and the other one, the Sensational Alex Harvey Band live. Okay, those guys are from Scotland. These guys from London, England, or close thereabouts. Let's tackle this one first. I'm not a big fan of either band. I like both of them. I wouldn't say I'm, an enormous fan of either. But I will easily say, because again, this question comes up all the time, Pete, is there ever like a band you're going to talk about here on this live album war, classic live album war series, where the live album is actually your favorite release by the band? Please mention. Okay, in both cases, yes, on this one. Okay, I happen to like these live albums by both of these bands more than any of their studio stuff by far. Okay, and I think they're both pretty special live albums. So let's tackle the first one. So, released in 1974, the original single LP set recorded from New York City, okay, specifically the Uris Theater on Broadway, okay, in Broadway, right? What better place to have a glam rock show than in Broadway, okay, in New York City, all right? Since its anniversary edition has come out, we now have a two-disc set, two CD set here, with another disc featuring kind of a similar concert, but not quite. It was recorded a year before, actually not quite a year, about 6 months before the Broadway show. Recorded at the Hammersmith Odeon, of course, in London, with some similar tracks, but some different tracks, okay? Making it a pretty well-rounded double LP, double album set, double CD set. Probably what it should always been, right? So let's talk about the release here. So on the original LP, I'll run down the track listing. Well, let me talk about the lineup first. You got Ian Hunter on vocals and rhythm guitar. You got none other than Ariel Bender on lead guitar. Ariel Bender, previously known as Luther Grosvenor, okay, from Spooky Tooth. He's played with all sorts of bands. Great guitar player. Peter Overend Watts on bass. Dale Griffin on drums. Morgan Fisher on piano and vocals, as well as Blue Weaver on organ for the U.S. recordings here. Over on the UK from the Hammersmith, you've got Mick Bolton on organ. Okay, so slight different lineup change between each show. All right, let's move on to the anniversary edition track list. So we've got a little bit of an intro, okay, and then they launch into kind of like a medley, which has American Pie, okay, Bye Bye Miss American Pie, The Golden Age of Rock and Roll, all kind of put together, both of those tunes. The Golden Age of Rock and Roll, great song. Okay, of course, Don McLean wrote and sang American Pie. Golden Age of Rock and Roll is a Hunter original. Then you've got The Mighty Sucker. Most of the tunes on this live album are pretty amped up from the studio version. So if you kind of always thought that Mott the Hoople in the studio need a little more kind of guitar firepower, you get that on this live album, the reason why I like it so much. Roll Away the Stone comes up next, which is kind of like a medley with Sweet Jane, okay, the old Velvet Underground Lou Reed classic. Roll Away the Stone, great memorable tune from Mott the Hoople. They both kind of sound great together. Rest in Peace comes up, kind of a tender, kind of proggy piano little piece, all right, highlighting the great piano work of Morgan Fisher. All the Way from Memphis, another one of the more memorable tracks, just a real good kind of pop glam piece with hooks to die for. Always dug that tune. Born Late, 58 follows. Then we got One of the Boys, All right, Hymn for the Dudes, which leads into the excellent Marionette, another one of my kind of favorite Mott the Hoople tunes. Then you've got another medley, the Hard Rockin' Drivin' Sister, Crash, Street Kids, and Violence. Okay, kind of all put together there, about 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes long. Then, of course, All the Young Dudes, the great song written by David Bowie, given to Mott the Hoople, became their biggest hit. Then Walking with a Mountain, finishing it all up. Another really strong tune from the band. Okay, what you get a little bit differently on the Hammersmith portion of this set is you got Driving Sister all on its own. Okay, Sucker kicks ass on here. Sweet Jane is all on its own. Okay, you got Sweet Angeline, Rose, an excellent version of Rose, Roll Away the Stone, All the Young Dudes, and then a big medley that's got Jerkin, Crocus, One of the Boys, Rock and Roll Queen, Get Back, whole lot of shaking going on, and Violence, and then finishing it up as with the Broadway set, you've got Walking with a Mountain, but here it's 9 minutes long, so it's about double the length. Really strong. Okay, like I said, it's for me, it's really the only Mott that I ever reach for. I dig the performances on here. Like I said, a little amped up. Great guitar work from Ariel Bender. Okay, that crazy stage name that he came up with. He, for my money, was the best guitar player that played in this band. And he is someone who, regardless of whether he was in Spooky Tooth or, you know, Mott the Hoople or Widowmaker, always a guy to look out for. Really, really great guitar player who added a lot to these live tracks. So I dig it. The one thing for me, one of the reasons why I think I never liked Mott the Hoople more than I do, I've never been a big fan of Ian Hunter's vocals. I know some of you are saying, what? Is he crazy? Ian is the man. Writes great songs, right? Great front man. Sometimes his voice kind of grates on me. He's pretty good on here, so I'm not going to complain about that much. All right, over to the other end. We've got from 1975, the Sensational Alex Harvey Band live, a band that was not around for too long, right? But they played some really interesting music, kind of glam, kind of pop, kind of avant-garde, little bits of prog, some definite hard rock, okay? Of course, when you've got the guitar skills of Zal Clemenson, how can the guitar work not be spectacular? Because he is like a great player, okay? You got the unique vocal stylings of Alex Harvey, okay? Also plays a little rhythm guitar. Who else we got in the band? We got Chris Glenn on bass guitar. Of course, Chris gone on to a lot of notoriety after this band, playing with Michael Schenker Group, who he still plays with to this day. Hugh McKenna on keyboards, okay, and then Ted McKenna on drums. Ted McKenna, of course, also played with Rory Gallagher, also played with Michael Schenker Group, right? So, no longer with us. In fact, Alex is no longer with us either. But a single LP release, okay? To my knowledge, they have not released a beefed-up version on CD with extra stuff, so I'm just going to go off of what I have and what I know, right? Recorded at the Hammersmith Odeon, okay? All right, so we got a little kind of fanfare intro to lead things off, and then my personal favorite Alex Harvey Band, or Sensational Alex Harvey Band, I should say, track, Faith Healer. Just a nasty, hard-rocking song with some scorching guitar work from Zal. I mean, Mr. Zal Clemenson was such a special player. All right, one of the top guitar players to come out of Scotland, in my opinion. And Faith Healer is just a kick-ass tune. All right, in fact, again, most of these live versions of these tracks on this album, way better than the studio versions, in my opinion. You got Tomahawk Kid, okay, another great upbeat tune. You got Vombo, almost 10 minutes long. All right, Give My Compliments to the Chef, another really cool rock and roll tune. Then you got their remake of Delilah, probably the only tune on here that I'm really not that into. And then finishing it all off, 11 minutes and change, another one of their best tunes ever, Framed. Okay, another great track from the Sensational Alex Harvey Band, featuring just really cool vocals. You know, he was just such a kind of like almost like a poet up there, and just kick-ass rhythms and slashing guitar from Zal. Just, I think, you know, kind of pound for pound, based on what you got here, a really strong album, I think. Okay, one of the, wished it was longer, right? But I know there's probably folks out there who maybe haven't heard this one. You know, going by our Facebook poll right now, Mott is way ahead, because I just think a lot of people haven't heard this one, which is a shame, because it's really quite good. So if you're the same, you're coming here to this video and you're thinking, oh, I love this Mott, I've had it for ages, but I've never heard the Sensational Alex Harvey Band album. Well, go here on YouTube and listen to it. It's quite good. I think you'll be surprised. It's pretty, you know, a lot of their studio stuff is a little tamer, but still very cool. Okay, I think they live on stage is where this band really kind of, you know, rose to the heights that they truly were. A lot of talent in this band. Okay, definitely different sounding. Okay, kind of glammy, kind of pop, kind of hard rock. Like I said, they kind of mix a few different elements to their music, but quite good. And if you love great guitar playing, man, Zal Clemenson was the real deal. Okay, a lot of great playing on here. So now we come to the time where I've got to make a decision which of these I prefer. It's kind of tough. You know, if I had and only ever heard the single LP version of this, okay, I probably would have chosen this. But I think because this has so much really good content on it, you know, now that it's in its, you know, double CD version with all the extra stuff, I'm going to give the slight edge to Mott the Hoople here, even though I probably like the Sensational Alex Harvey Band a little bit better. I just think when you know, we're talking about these two albums. We're not talking about which band I like better. Okay, we're talking about these two albums. I think this gives you a little more bang for your buck. Okay, great guitar playing on here too. You know, again, maybe for me, it comes down to Zal Clemenson versus Ariel Bender. Both great players, right? Hard to choose. So it's kind of a pick 'em for me. Today I'm going to go with Mott the Hoople live. You ask me a couple weeks from now, I may tell you Sensational Alex Harvey Band. They're both really good. It's almost equal for me. It's kind of hard to choose. Two of the better kind of glam rock bands of their day. Okay. So interested to see what you guys think. You got that little white circle up in the upper right-hand corner with a letter I in it. Click on that. Vote for Mott the Hoople or Sensational Alex Harvey Band. Also go to our Facebook page. You can vote there as well. You know how it works. At the end at 6 days, I'm going to stop counting the votes. We're going to see which one has won, which one has won, which one is in the lead, and that is going to go to our round 2. We are finishing up round 1. Battles this week. Okay, I think by Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, I got some guests coming on the show this weekend that we're going to wrap up. I know there's some that you guys have been waiting for. There's some pretty high-profile ones that we haven't gotten to yet because I've been trying to schedule with my esteemed guests to have them come on and do the shows with me. So I know some of you are waiting. It's like, well, gee, where's Queen? Where's Jethro Tull? Where's Robin Trower? Where's Rory Gallagher? All right? Where's Zeppelin's How the West Was Won? Where's, you know, Genesis Seconds Out? Where's Slayer? Where's Pantera? Well, they're coming. Don't you worry. I've got a couple others that I'm going to be doing solo for the next couple days. And then we got some, you know, big-time recording going on this weekend for all the other ones. So at the end of the weekend, we'll have everything recorded. We'll get everything up live on the channel, on the Facebook page. All right, and then we're going to take a week off from the live album battles, all right, as we tally all the final results, and I put together the bracket for round 2, and then we're going to start all over again. So in between, I'll probably be going back to some top 10 songs, maybe a couple rants. We got questions and answers, whatever kind of fun. I got some new product stuff I want to get to, so it's all coming, all right? So let us know your comments below, which one of these two you prefer and why. Make sure you vote. Okay, and we'll see you later on. We got another one coming up, so don't touch that dial, all right? Take care. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.